Yo, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I last uploaded a video, but today I want to be sharing with you this new tool that I found, and man, this thing is really powerful. Yeah, uh, I've been using it to trade on a small account, and it's been producing good results. So I took it to a prop farm. Actually, let me show you here in FTMO. So as you can see, I was able to use this tool in 5 days. I was able to pass with a maximum drawdown of 300, maximum loss of 300, and I was able to make up to 15% in just 5 trading days. So this tool is really, really, really powerful. You know. So without further ado, let's look at what this tool is or indicator. It's actually an indicator from. It's an indicator from lacks Algo. So the indicator is called Smart Money. You want to go and type in Smart Money concept by Lux Algo. So this is it here. Yeah. So once you click on it, it should come onto your chart and boom. Yeah. So before I show you guys how it works, if you are new here, please, uh, yeah, consider subscribing. Consider subscribing. I always share valuable content here. Now, I want you to see how accurate its zones are. So it gives you two types of structure. So we have the internal structure, and then we have the external structure. So these the dotted lines simplify internal structure. You know, the short-term trends, and then these bold, continuous lines signify like the overall trend. Yeah, kind of swing trading trend. Yeah. Now you can actually, so let's go to the settings. You know, let's go to the settings here. Now you can modify these according to what you want. For instance, if you want to only look at the present data and you don't want to consider zones from way the past, you can add this. Um, you can also choose, monochrome. So what this does, it leaves all gives all the zones the same color. You know. So let's keep it at colored. Um, Then, if you want only show bullish structure, if you know your bias is bullish, you can choose to just show the bullish or the bearish. You can also choose to have the swing structure on. For instance, here, so we have both swing and then we have the internal. So if I don't want the internal on, I think it's better to leave. You would leave this one on, and you may want to remove this internal. So the internal is for day traders. If you want to catch intraday trades here and there, you leave this on, and the number of order blocks that you want to be seen on the chart. So this is the default, but you can choose your preference. Yeah. So this is for people who like to use equal lows, fair value gap. Yeah, yeah, and then the coloring. So if you also want to swing, you want to use this premium zone. So this what this lets you, it gets you like the real last zone. You know. So if we were to turn premium on, we can see that uh, you want to sell here or be buying here. You know. Yeah. So these are like the last zones. Yeah. But equally, this internal structure works. I like to I prefer having it like that. So with that said, I'm going to share with you now a trade that I took using this. Some of the trades that made me, have such beautiful performance. The trade was on gold, and I took I took a buy trade. I took a buy trade. So we can see that we had a break of structure here, break of market structure, and the zone that we had was right here. So I'm going to mark it up like this. So once I knew that we had this break of structure, I knew price was coming down to make a pullback. Yeah. So we actually did have a tap here. Now let's go to, we keep refining now. Going to lower time frames, we could I could identify. So yeah. So going to the lower time frame, I had I had a zone. I had two zones. The first zone was this one, and the second zone was this bottom red candle here. So I had two trades to take on this. Yeah. And I got in on the first zone. You can see that price. So because price has already moved and I have set a limit of order blocks to 5, that's why we can't see these two zones. Yeah. But you can clearly see. So this is a zone here that I was looking at, and I was able to snipe that zone. So I got that entry from the break of structure, and I was guided by this tool where to find the zone. So on that, I had two zones. I had one of the zones here and the other zone here. So I took that up to the highs. Yeah. Yeah, I was able to capture a 10% risk reward on this trade. I closed it for $1,000. This particular trade. Yeah. So yeah, basically that's how to use the indicator. That's how to use it. So we might want to look at. I took two trades. The other trade was here. That was the first trade. So the second trade was right over here. So I took a buy over here and swung it all the way up to these highs. And why I took this trade, uh, based of two reasons. One, uh, we had we had this break of structure that was not retested, and it had quite a big impulse to the upside. And so price came, tapped into this. Yeah, up to now it was still risky to take this buy. Price came and again broke these highs. Once it broke those highs and we had this change in character from a bearish market to a bullish market, that's where we get our entry. So going to the lower time frames, I identified my zone. So we had two zones here. The first zone was around here, and the second zone was in this H1 zone. Yeah. So sometimes the market will respect like lower time frame zones. Yeah. So you find that you have like two zones. You know. So going to the 15 minutes. So I'm going to share with you guys. So going to the 15 minutes, you can clearly see that we had a zone here. This was a zone, and price never broke out of this zone. The other zone that we had was here. So having two trades here and here, and there was also a chance to re-enter again after this change in structure, because price now changed in structure. We could enter here in this zone. Yeah. So in simple terms, that is how I was able to make such an insane risk reward. This particular trade, actually, I didn't really swing it all the way because of psychology issues now. Yeah, because of how the market behaved. Yeah, I wasn't able to hold it all through. Yeah. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have a question on challenges you're having, choose a tool. Leave your questions in the description box. But you can also, I'm going to leave a link in the for the Telegram group where you know, we keep sharing setups, keep sharing setups for, smart money concepts. And yeah, it's just a community where we can grow together. Yeah, so feel free to join, and yeah, hope to see you guys. Otherwise, peace.